Hello everyone, this is Necrostevo and you're watching my 33rd narrated Wi-Fi battle. This is a Persona themed match that I had with Index, one of my awesome Twitter followers. Be sure to check out her Twitter link in the description. She is an awesome battler and she gave me some very good matches over the course of the day. We had several matches that day. I start off with my Audino, Yukari, because Yukari is really just there to get some support going for the team, and seeing that she has the quiver dance going immediately, and Volcarona is generally a special attacker, I set up the light screen so that I could bring something in, have it buffered by the light screen, and be able to take out that Volcarona before it did too much damage. I go out into Aegis because the defense stat on Volcarona is quite lacking, and trying to hit her on the special side, even if I can be faster than her right now, would not be very beneficial because she's raising her special defense. The only move she has to hit me with apparently is the psychic. She may have had the fire move, but she also may have had lower accuracy and didn't want to risk it. She gets the special defense drop, but there it doesn't matter because I turn right around and get the crit. Good job, Aegis. You just jumped up and shot it with both of your barrel cannons. That turn actually didn't matter too much because had she not gotten the special defense drop, I would have left Aegis in and then 2-hit KO'd her with the Earthquake. So either way, Volcarona was going to go down that turn. So seeing her bringing in the melodic, I go on into Akihiko. Behind the light screen and Akihiko's nice general special defense stat, I know I'm going to be able to take anything that her melodic wants to do. I go for the Thunder Punch. I had the close combat, but I did not want to use it this early because it would lower my defenses. Even though I was behind the light screen, I didn't want to deal with it. Here, she barely survives and switches out to Raikou, which is a good move on her part because I was not expecting her to switch out for some reason. That was pretty obvious, but I really didn't read a switch there for whatever reason. But good move on her part. Even though Akihiko is losing HP to his life orb, I'm going to go ahead and pull him out and send in Minato, kind of the leader here, definitely the main character. And I know, even though she's using Volt Switch to get the switching priority on me, I'm going to outspeed whatever she brings in because I have Choice Scarf. And with Victory Star, all my moves, Fire Blast, Thunder, Psycho Shock, and Focus Blast, they all have increased accuracy. So I went for the Thunder on the melodic, but that was really dumb because earlier I saw how little HP melodic had. So since it came back in with full HP, it had to be a Zoroark, and I completely forgot about Zoroark for some reason. Fortunately, that light screen is up, and I figured that I could just go ahead and finish off Zoroark while it's in here, but the Victory Star doesn't raise the accuracy of Thunder by that much, and she takes me out. So she has one of the huge pivot party members down here. Minato is unable to support the team. So I bring out Mitsuru here, knowing that Zoroark has much better special attack. It actually has decent physical attack as well, but if she's using special attacks, I do not want to bring out Audino right now. And unfortunately, this is one of those instances where the computer just kind of goes mad on you in Persona. And she's able to get the crit flinch off the Dark Pulse. You see how much that did. This is a max HP, max special defense melodic, so I'm able to take it. But Mitsuru is really hurting because even though I knew she'd KO herself with the Life Orb, I went for the recover there, but I flinched again. Someone help Mitsuru out, please. Just, if it were Persona 4, you can go over and help her up off the floor. But that is not the case here. She brings out her real Raikou, and I cannot stay in there, obviously. And I knew she might predict my switch into Audino and go for Aura Sphere like she did in our previous battle. So I went into Aegis, but she predicted me predicting that and went for the Shadow Ball. So super prediction there on her part. Shadow Ball is definitely going to KO Aegis because the light screen is no longer up. So Aegis, you did a great job earlier taking care of that huge threat Volcarona. You go and take a night's rest because the Regia mode there, that'll burn up all your energy there. I go out into Yukari because I know that I can pretty much wall her. I go for the light screen because I expected her to switch out into melodic, and I knew she might take this opportunity to recover up, but I needed to get the momentum back on my side of the field. So even though she's recovering her HP, I know I can pretty much one-hit KO it with Akihiko's wonderful offensive stats. And I go for the light screen knowing that I can buffer, and then I go for the wish so that I can switch it right out into Akihiko. Yukari does a great job of supporting this team, not only with the screens, but since Wish's mechanics have changed in this generation, she's able to completely heal team members like Akihiko, who have lower HP stats. So there Yukari's wish comes true, pumps him all the way up, and he goes for the agility to move really fast and hopefully outspeed the rest of her team. I did not see the attract coming right there at all. She didn't use that in our first match. So good job, Index, holding that kind of ace into your hand there. I went for the Thunder Punch. I knew it would hit whatever she wanted to bring in. And now that I have an agility up, I wasn't really afraid of anything. She goes for the Ice Beam, probably hoping for the freeze. Doesn't get it. And fortunately, even though I'm in love, Akihiko is a boxer, and boxers have lots of focus. Just like Dudley, just like Akihiko, he goes right in and knocks that melodic right out. So that is a great job, Akihiko. You took him down with your fist. Next Pokemon she brings out is Metagross, and I know I can only 2-hit KO Metagross, and in the meantime she'll 1-hit KO me with a Zen Headbutt. I go out into Yukari again because physical wall, and that'll give me a chance to see the type of damage she does, also to let me see what move she has. I knew she had the Hammer Arm, and I figured I could live it from that HP because Yukari has great HP, decent defense stat. Figured I could live it, and I do, which means I can put up the Reflect, which allows a nice buffer for the rest of my teammates to switch in on her Metagross. The light screen wears off there. That's not too big of a deal because most of the Pokemon she has left, except for Raikou, are physical attackers. So now Shinji can come in, take the Earthquake, and I could Dragon Dance up. I could just Earthquake her right back. I decide not to waste too much time here. I maybe should have Dragon Danced in the long run, but the more time you stay out, the longer you risk the critical hit there. And since all three of her remaining Pokemon have neutral genders, I do 20% less damage because of that rivalry ability. So I do take out Metagross there. Still have the Reflect up. This is a Jolly Haxorus with max speed, and I think it has close to as high attack it can have having a neutral nature on attack. But right there, the speed is shown off because I'm able to outspeed Raikou, which normally would have no problem outspeeding Haxorus. So I'm guessing that's either an IV mishap, because you can't control the IVs of the event Pokemon, or something like that. So her final Pokemon, the last thing that we have to get through here is this Entei, and I figure I'm going to take it out with one single Earthquake. But as you can see by the time left in this video, that is not the case. The HP is going down, and she lives. I don't know how much she lived with, but she lived. And that's the product of final battles, the epicness. And she has the extreme speed, so she's able to take out Shinji. Shinji, you did a great job. And yes, you're in the hospital. Yes, you're in a coma. But we're going to come back and get you, so you just take a good break, Shinji. Yukari, you're back up. Hopefully we can get some support going for the team. I know she does not want to use Flare Blitz, which is her best attack because she'll KO herself. In the meantime, I wasted a turn on Reflect right there so that I could put up a fresh Reflect. And I didn't want to use Wish because if I had used Wish on that turn, then I would have been off on the turn that I wanted to give Wish to the proper Pokemon. I think that was my thinking there. Which actually doesn't make a lot of sense now that I think about it. But now that the Reflect is up, I thought I would actually outspeed with Hitmonchan, which is really silly considering the base speeds of both of them. Entei is no slouch, and he's definitely a legendary Pokemon for a reason, even if he was relegated to the NU tier for the majority of 4th Gen. I only have 2 Pokemon left, Yukari and Mitsuru, and here she goes for the Stone Edge, hoping for the critical hit. You see how little that does. Fortunately, after the Regenerator, I got a third of my HP back, and I go for the Wish so that I can pass that Wish over to Mitsuru. All I need Mitsuru to do is to live the Stone Edge with the Reflect up. And it really comes to that last little moment, and I live with 21 HP, get the Wish, which puts me all the way back up at over half of my HP after leftovers. And even if she had gotten the crit at this point, I probably could have stalled her out with Audino between Protect and Wish and Reflect, but that would have been really boring and not at all epic. And Persona battles are epic, so thank you, Index, for the battle. I had a ton of fun. I really love this team. For you all watching the video, have there been any themed teams that you all have run? I know I went against Crispy Melon and he had a SpongeBob team. So I find themed teams very fun to run and they're very interesting. So if you found it interesting, be sure to like. And I will see you all later.